What's going on? Big A coming at you with another video. And this week, Marvel dropped the series What If, where they do animated stories and reimagine situations and scenarios from the MCU and interpret them in different ways. So this is based. They had a comic book series. Marvel had a series of comics throughout the decades called What If, where they'd explore different ideas, and this is just that in TV form applied to the MCU. So the first one they did is What If Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum. But I like to call it What If Peggy Carter did CrossFit, because she was hench. She was so big. She was so tall. Like, Steve's a big guy in that, but he never looked too big. But she looked like ginormous. But I think it kind of weirdly worked. I mean, maybe there's the whole kind of Resident Evil 9 foot lady vampire thing going on with that, but it looked all right. I wasn't the biggest fan of the style of it, animation, because I know they use the same kind of animation, 3D animation in Star Wars Resistance, and I always thought that style looked a bit kind of lazy and corny to me. So when I saw that they were using that style for What If, I was just kind of like, oh, they're just trying to keep it cheap. They're just trying to make this show as cheap as possible. But there was a nice style to the show, and it did end up making me not hate the animation style. I kind of thought it was pretty decent, and I kind of actually liked it. The story itself, it was the Captain America story with a few changes in there, and they kind of take key points from the movie and kind of switch things around. Like, for example, the whole bit with the train that's in there, but it's a bit different. The ending is very different from what we got in Captain America: The First Avenger. This one ends kind of like Hellboy starts. So actually, Hellboy ends kind of in the way it starts as well, because when they're opening up that portal, Rasputin's opening up the portal, and the tentacles are coming out and all that. That's what happens here. And I was just like, this is Hellboy, man. This is Hellboy. Like, what's going on? Like, what's with the tentacles and that? Why are we getting all kind of Japanese hentai in this right now? What's going on? But yeah, overall it was all right. I'm interested to see the other stories and how they pan out. And it's only a half an hour show, so it's not like you have to put in a lot of time or dedicate anything to it. You just really have to have seen the film that they've based whatever idea on. I don't know if all the ideas will kind of be based on changing things from the. I don't know how they're going to do like the whole Marvel Zombies thing. I don't know what film they're going to tie that into. But some of them might just straight up like be stories, and not really specific moments from the MCU. I'd be interested to see as to whether that's the case or not. But yeah, I'd say it was a pretty strong start to begin with. I like the fact that Haley Atwell came back to voice Peggy. I think Chris Evans came back as well, and Sebastian Stan to voice their respective characters. And yeah, I like the idea of the Hydra Stomper. So Howard Stark making essentially an Iron Man armor during World War II, which is a pretty cool idea, powered by the Tesseract as well. So that was pretty sweet. Peggy and Steve were still into each other, even though she was absolutely huge and he was still tiny. That would be a weird relationship. I mean, one Steve would probably enjoy a lot, but getting a fireman carried by Peggy, good old Steve. But yeah, it was decent. I'll definitely watch the next ones, see what's going on, and hopefully they'll be just as good. I don't really think there's anything that they could have done better. Some people are saying that there should be a Captain Carter movie, and it's like, dudes, like, come on, like, this is one episode of an animated show. I don't know how you're expecting to get a Captain Carter movie. What they could do is you could go back and see her working with the Howling Commandos. That would work, and I'd be down for that. In fact, that's what I thought Agent Carter was going to end up being. You know what I mean? But they focus so much on her being a woman in, well, the 40s, the late 40s, um, that it kind of ruined that idea for me, because they'd always focus on that no matter what she did. It's like, let's get past that. We know that in Captain America: The First Avenger, they just did that one line where that guy disrespected her, socked him in the jaw, done, move on. And yeah, Tommy Lee Jones disrespected her a little bit, but then comes to respect her by the end, obviously, clearly. But yeah, they should have just like gone that way, in my opinion. Did how Peggy Carter and the Howling Commandos? I think that would have been wicked, and we did get to see that in an episode of Agents of Shield. We got like a flashback to I think when they first found that like Kree body, I think. But yeah, anyway, let me know to what you thought of Peggy Carter doing CrossFit, Marvel What If, And like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.